Hey everybody. Now I know it's been a while since I've done a review, and I felt like, well, it's the spooky season, so how about a review of a nice schlocky throwback to Creature Features, and one I haven't played on the Creature Feature Corner yet. So, let's take a look at The Stuff. The Stuff is a 1985 horror comedy sci-fi film written and directed by Larry Cohen, who was also known for such cult films as Cue the Winged Serpent, It's Alive, and many others. Distributed by New World Pictures and shot for a budget of $1.7 million, this was Larry Cohen's attempt to poke fun of the mass consumerism of the 80s in his fun, lighthearted way, but also make you think. Now, some quarry workers in the state of Georgia come across a weird, gooey, white substance seeping from the grounds, and instead of trying to get it tested, they go with the tried and true method of tasting it first.
That tastes real good. Tasty. Sweet.
What are you doing down there? Taking...
Time has passed, and now the stuff is in store shelves across the country and in homes. And we're now introduced to one of our five main characters, Jason, played by Scott Bloom, who discovers the secret of the stuff and is terrified by it.
You scared me. You shouldn't be walking around here like this. What are you doing down here? I thought you were a burglar or something.
I was hungry.
You were hungry.
Did you see?
See what?
It
What's the matter with you, anyway?
was moving.
Due to the sales and the popularity of the stuff, Big Ice Cream is now taken aback at why is it so popular. They can't even figure out what it's made out of due to the FDA agents who tested it mysteriously disappearing. And well, they're only left with one choice: to hire somebody who can do some corporate espionage to... We're now introduced to another one of our five main characters, David Mo Rutherford, played by the legendary character actor Michael Moriarty, whose prolific history in film can be only dwarfed by his appearance as a DA on Law and Order. And, well, he plays a bit of a quirky, goofball-y, but take-no-nonsense guy in this movie. And, well, very...
Rutherford, Mo Rutherford. You know why they call me Mo?
No, why?
Because every time people give me money, I always want Mo.
Mo makes his way to the set of one of the commercials being shot for the stuff by the person behind the title of the stuff and the head person in charge of marketing. Our next main character, Andrea Markovici, playing the character of Nicole.
In line, did you?
How do you know that story?
Well, I know that story because that's the way I got where I am today, and here I am with you, and you're awful pretty.
David Rutherford?
Mo. My friends call me Mo. They call me Mo because every time they give me something, I always want Mo. And I suppose you wonder what I want out of you, huh?
Yes, I'd like to know what this was all about.
I want to put you on our public relations campaign, but I need you not just to raise the image. You've got to convince the public that Lehigh Petroleum has the public's interest at heart.
Oh.
With Jason's knowledge that the stuff is more than what it appears to be, he goes to a local grocery store, convinced that he can stop people from enjoying this nefarious product, and instead comes off looking like a lunatic. Let's take a look for it for ourselves. Meanwhile, David finds one of the only people in charge of the FDA studies on the stuff that is still in the country and still around, talks to him, and finds out that, well, most of the people have either just disappeared or mysteriously gone on vacation. But he still receives supplies of the stuff that he gives to himself and his dog.
Well, look, I hope you're not going to tell me now that there's been some trouble. I mean, someone's allergic to it.
Well, that would upset you, wouldn't it?
Look, all we can do is look for something common to most people. Now, if there is no reason to forbid the use of a product, then we have to okay it. And in this case, it was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure because I love it. I love it.
Oh, what,
Yeah.
you eat the stuff?
All the time. I feed it to Ben. Ben has some.
You feed the dog?
Absolutely. Ben eats it all the time. Right, Ben?
Well,
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Now, I'm not a vet, but I definitely know that ain't rabies. And I think your dog needs to be seen by a priest. Because that was some exorcist type stuff right there. Mo makes his way to a small town that was first used to test out the stuff, where the residents have mysteriously all vanished, for the exception of a few, and we get introduced to our next...
You're Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Well, I sure as hell ain't the Kentucky Colonel. Get off of me.
That's legendary actor
what are you doing
and
down
original
here in a town like
SNL
this? Big executive
cast
like
member
you.
Garrett
I'm
Morris
trying to
playing
find out
Chocolate
something
Chip
about the
Charlie
son of a
Hoss,
bitches who stole my company out
a
from under me and threw
cookie
me out on my
businessman
beautiful
who
black
lost
ass.
his
You work for
business
them,
due to
huh?
the stuff
I'll investigate
buying
as soon as
off
you are.
his company
those
through
shits.
manipulating his family and
Somehow,
getting the
man,
shares
they
of the
got to
company.
my asshole brother and my
He
two
and Mo
idiot
team up
nephews,
to
and
find out the
everybody
truth
else
behind the
I
stuff,
trusted was
and well,
stopped. And they
what they
brainwashed
discover
them, man.
is unsettling
Next thing
and
I knew, they
sad.
was in and out.
That's legendary actor and funny man Garrett Morris, who was once one of the original SNL cast members, playing Chocolate Chip Charlie Hoss, a cookie businessman who lost his company due to the stuff manipulating his family to get their shares to buy him out and take over all of his stores.
yeah, okay, Charlie. Well, now, did you find anything out?
What you gonna find out, man, in a town that has just been dried up and blown away, man? Must be a side effect of eating too much dessert, an urge to migrate.
Well, there's a widespread urge of that around here.
I might have gone along with the idea. They didn't have to steal my company.
Yeah, but these guys don't like having partners, Charlie.
Yeah, and I figured if there was a mafia front, I'd get back at them, expose them, and then get my company back.
But how did you find this out of the way place?
Oh, those damn relatives of mine again. After they voted me off of the board of directors, you know what they did? They hid out from me, man. They just disappeared because they knew I'd kill them.
David and Charlie team up to find out more about the stuff and why everyone in this town has abandoned it, only to find out a terrifying, horrific secret about the stuff that, well, might be unsettling for ice cream enjoyers.
There's a hole in that sucker.
Get in the boat!
After escaping the stuff-possessed residents of this town, David and Charlie go to a diner where they come up with a plan to split up, where David has Charlie go to Washington, D.C. to find a contact of his.
You and I are gonna have to split up.
You sure you no longer need my iron fists?
I want you to go to Washington, D.C. and see Special Agent Frank Herbert. FBI. You won't believe.
After splitting up, David meets with the head of the company who is putting out the stuff, And is it me, or does this guy's office give me Mr. Burns vibes? I mean, totally getting that creepy, evil billionaire vibe off of him, right?
I don't think anybody paid too much attention to a disreputable character like you. You're a rogue, you're a crook, in the pay of the ice cream companies. You just start trying to screw the competition.
I could always kill you.
Well, you could come to work for me.
After his meeting with the company head, David gets into contact with Nicole, and she goes into telling him how she regrets marketing a product that's so addictive it's taking over, and doesn't know what to do, and decides to end up working with him to help bring down the stuff. Meanwhile, Jason's at home dealing with his family over him freaking out about refusing to eat the stuff anymore.
Is that dinner?
We're dieting. I've lost 5 pounds already this week, and I've never felt better.
Why are you talking like you're on a commercial?
Here, Jason, take some.
You know what I said about that. That was the truth. And you know that there is something alive in there.
Jason, I mean, there's something alive in yogurt. It's called benign bacteria.
Yes.
I mean, there's something alive in a loaf of bread. It's yeast. I mean, that's a living organism. We eat plenty of things that are still alive that are good for us.
I know that, but that was moving.
All microorganisms move, Jason. I mean, if you could see them with the naked eye.
Yeah.
I mean, under a microscope, you can see them move, so what's the difference? That they're good for us, Jason. They kill the bad things inside us.
He's just a baby. Always afraid of everything.
Get him.
After being dragged back to his room and forced to sit in there and not leave until he eats a container of the stuff, his family embrace in this almost possessed like pod people style moment. Smart call, kid. I mean, anything that can move like that while being flushed down the toilet, it's not the best thing to go inside you. After flushing the stuff down the toilet and filling his container with shaving cream to trick his family, Jason tries to get away, but his family give chase and he's saved by David.
Get in the car.
Who are you?
I saw it move too. Get in the back.
Leave him alone! Who are you?
After getting away and going to the plant that packages the stuff, where they're led to believe they manufacture it there as well, it turns out it's nothing more than just a front for them to get everything packaged up and sent out. However, young Jason gets chased out of the plane by some stuff and, well, ends up getting himself in a whole mess of trouble.
Out at 9:15 p.m. All personnel are restricted to the factory grounds until morning. No passes are valid.
Later that night, while David and Nicole are sleeping in a hotel room, for out of the blue, the stuff attacks them in the middle of the night, going after David's face, causing them to freak out and, well, show off one of the most craziest stunts I've ever seen in a movie.
Harden on my face. Harden on my face.
So after David and Nicole escape the hotel, they go to the quarry where they're actually filling the tanker truck straight from the earth with the stuff. There, There, David finds Jason stuck in a tanker truck, about to be attacked by the stuff that's being filled inside of it.
Get me out of here, man! Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something for me?
Jason? Did he get it?
After Jason is saved by Mo by him taking the tanker truck, he detonates bombs he's placed around it to fill in the quarry to stop them from getting any more of the stuff out of the ground, to buy them some more time to help escape, and to get some help from a retired military colonel.
And I wish I brought along the tapes, because then I could prove to you that I really am who I am.
You're not with the Bureau anymore.
Oh, no. They canned me just before they mailed those tapes to your wife.
I could toss you off this tower. You'd land right about there. You're a trespasser.
Oh, you see, Colonel, I only told you about the tapes so I could get up here to see you, because I need you.
We reach our last main character, Colonel Spears, played by Paul Sorvino, a retired colonel from the military who started his own militia because he believes, again, during the Cold War here, that the Russians and the communists were going to try to take over. Being paranoid about the government doesn't really help. Maybe he was a predecessor to the Sovereign Citizens movement.
The FBI, they always worried about commies getting these deep cover agents and putting them into high positions in American industry. Then they'd acquire a corporation, right? And then they'd establish themselves, and they'd work on us within, right inside it. Get inside our insides and get us inside. Get it.
Sounds like one of my radio speeches a year ago last Thanksgiving.
And you were a deep prophet. A product is being sold now and it's being consumed by tens of millions of people. And it contains a mind-affecting drug in it. And you and I both know they are.
After David convinces the colonel to help him go on a raid on the stuff factory with his militia, the outcome is a bit gruesome, to say the least.
I kind of like the sight of blood. Well, this is disgusting.
So, after the raid on the factory and the stuff escapes, David, Jason, Nicole, and Colonel Spears go to one of his radio stations where they attempt to make a broadcast pleading with the people of America to stop eating the stuff and get rid of it, where they are reunited with Chocolate Chip Charlie, who, unbeknownst to all of us, has become a stuffy, and gives us one of the most iconic scenes in all the movie.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie, are you all right? Charlie, are you all right? What's the matter? Charlie, let go! Oh, God! Charlie!
With the loss of Charlie, and now the stuff on the attack of Jason and Nicole, Colonel Spears and David must save them. Using electrical wires and electricity to set the stuff on fire, they get away so they can give their broadcast.
Hit the juice! Hit it!
Get the girl out! Get out! Come to me. Come on, Jason.
It was slithering.
After making the broadcast announcement that the stuff is alive and it is corrupting people and destroying them, thousands of people take to the streets destroying it, causing an investigation by the government to get rid of all remnants of the stuff. However, the story doesn't end there. It was left open to a sequel option, but wasn't really picked up, where the ice cream companies team up with the stuff company to put out The Taste. Yes, I know, a less ingenuous and not as catchy title, but still. Overall, The Stuff is a great movie if you just want to have a good laugh and make you really think about the consumerism of the 80s. Yeah, some of the effects are kind of bad. Overall, I'd highly recommend it. It's a good watch, and it's a good way to start your kids into good horror films. Well, till next time, everybody. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.